64-year-old Stephen Paddock had been in Las Vegas for 4 days before opening fire from his 32nd floor hotel room window Sunday night. He killed more than 50 people with rifles that were stockpiled in his Mandalay Bay hotel room. Law enforcement sources say Paddock had more than 10 weapons and that some rifles may have been altered to function as an automatic weapon. The weapons found so far include a .223 caliber and a .308 caliber rifle. One gun shop owner in Utah says he's sure he sold Paddock a shotgun earlier this year.
I recognized him immediately, his name of what it was. He's been in my store. He's frequented here a couple different times. We sold him a shotgun, and so I was starting to get nervous going, did that get used in this rampage?
Investigators believe the firearms were purchased legally.
This is an individual who was described as a lone wolf. I don't know how it could have been prevented if we didn't have any prior knowledge to this individual. It wasn't evident that he had weapons in his room. We have determined that there has been employees going to and fro from his room, and nothing nefarious was noticed.
Paddock lived 81 miles from Las Vegas in a quiet 55 and older retirement community in Mesquite, Nevada. His brother says he moved there several years ago from Florida. FBI agents interviewed Eric Paddock hours after the massacre, but Paddock says he never knew his brother owned anything more than a few handguns. Officials say Paddock was a sportsman and purchased 2 sport fishing licenses in Alaska in 2009 and 2010.
He did not own machine guns that I knew of in any way, shape, or form. He didn't own them when I moved him from Melbourne to Mesquite. Okay? This is something just incredibly wrong happened to my brother.
Stephen Paddock lived in his Mesquite home with a girlfriend, a woman identified as Mary Lou Danley. Police say they've located her in the Philippines, and law enforcement officials tell CNN as of now they don't believe she was involved in the shooting. Paddock visited Vegas often, according to his family, regularly playing $100 a hand poker. And while Paddock didn't have a criminal history, according to officials, his now deceased father had a colorful criminal past. Benjamin Hoskins Paddock spent 8 years on the FBI's most wanted list for bank robbery. The wanted poster describes the elder Paddock as psychopathic with suicidal tendencies, who is considered armed and very dangerous. His son, Stephen Paddock, though, is described by family as a well-off accountant who had a pilot's license and 2 single-engine aircraft registered with the FAA. But Paddock was not up to date on his medical certification, meaning he couldn't legally fly a plane. Eric Paddock is still baffled at the revelations his brother unleashed a barrage of bullets that ended in the deaths of dozens.
I mean, he's never even drawn his gun. I mean, it makes no sense. He's never hit anybody.